Hi, I'm Aisha. You are watching Educational Hub. Having trouble deciding how to structure a dissertation? A dissertation, sometimes called a thesis, is a long piece of information backed up by extensive research. This huge piece of research is what matters the most when students, undergraduates and postgraduates, are in their final year of study. In this video, we will discuss how to structure your dissertation. First, we need to understand, what is dissertation? A dissertation is a long-form piece of academic writing based on original research conducted by you. It is usually submitted as the final step in order to finish a PhD program. Your dissertation is probably the longest piece of writing you've ever completed. So, it should be noted that the exact structure of your dissertation will depend on several factors, such as your research approach, qualitative or quantitative, the nature of your research design, exploratory or descriptive, etc., the requirements set forth by your academic institution, the discipline or field your study belongs to. If you have any doubts about structuring your dissertation or thesis, it would be a good idea to consult with your academic supervisor and check your department's requirements. Okay, parts of your dissertation or thesis are: 1. Title page. Your dissertation will start with a title page that will contain details of the author, researcher, research topic, degree program. The paper is to be submitted for, and research supervisor. In other words, a title page is the opening page containing all the names and title related to your research, the name of your university, logo, student ID and submission date can also be presented on the title page. Many academic programs have stringent rules for formatting the dissertation title page. 2. Acknowledgements. The acknowledgements section allows you to thank those who helped you with your dissertation project. You might want to mention the names of your academic supervisor, family members, friends, God, and participants of your study whose contribution and support enabled you to complete your work. However, the acknowledgements section is usually optional. 3. Abstract. Perhaps the smallest yet important part of a thesis. An abstract contains 5 parts. 1. A brief introduction of your research topic. 2. The significance of your research. 3. A line or 2 about the methodology that was used. 4. The results and what they mean. Briefly, their interpretations. 5. And lastly, a conclusive comment regarding the results' interpretations as conclusion. 4. Table of contents. Table of contents is the section of a dissertation that guides each section of the dissertation paper's contents. Depending on the level of detail in a table of contents, the most useful headings are listed to provide the reader the page number on which said information may be found at. Table of contents can be inserted automatically as well as manually using the Microsoft Word Table of Contents feature. 5. List of figures and tables. If your dissertation paper uses several illustrations, tables and figures, you might want to present them in a numbered list in a separate section. Again, this list of tables and figures can be auto-created and auto-inserted using the Microsoft Word built-in feature. 6. List of abbreviations. Dissertations that include several abbreviations can also have an independent and separate alphabetized list of abbreviations so readers can easily figure out their meanings. 7. Introduction. Introduction chapter briefly introduces the purpose and relevance of your research topic. Here, you will be expected to list the aim and key objectives of your research so your readers can easily understand what the following chapters of the dissertation will cover. A good dissertation introduction section incorporates the following information. 1. It provides background information to give context to your research. 2. It clearly specifies the research problem you wish to address with your research. When creating research questions, it is important to make sure your research's focus and scope are neither too broad nor too narrow. 3. It demonstrates how your research is relevant and how it would contribute to the existing knowledge. 4. It provides an overview of the structure of your dissertation. The last section of an introduction contains an outline of the following chapters. It could start off with something like, in the following chapter, past literature has been reviewed and critiqued. The preceding section lays down major research findings, theoretical framework, under a separate subheading, is also provided within the introductory chapter. Theoretical framework deals with the basic, underlying theory or theories that the research revolves around. 8. Literature review. The literature review chapter presents previous research performed on the topic and improves your understanding of the existing literature on your chosen topic. This is usually organized to complement your primary research work completed at a later stage. Here is what your literature research chapter should aim to achieve. Data collection from authentic and relevant academic sources such as books, journal articles and research papers. Analytical assessment of the information collected from those sources. This would involve a critiquing the reviewed researches, that is, what their strengths, weaknesses are, why the research method they employed is better than others, importance of their findings, etc. Identifying key research gaps, conflicts, patterns, and theories to get your point across to the reader effectively. 9. Research methodology. The methods and techniques, secondary and/or primary, employed to collect research data are discussed in detail in the methodology chapter. The most commonly used primary data collection methods are questionnaires, interviews, surveys, focus groups, observations. Essentially, the methodology chapter allows the researcher to explain how she achieved the findings, why they are reliable and how they helped her test the research hypotheses or address the research problem. You might want to consider the following when writing methodology for the dissertation. Type of research and approach your work is based on. Some of the most widely used types of research include experimental, quantitative and qualitative methodologies. Data collection techniques that were employed such as questionnaires, surveys, focus groups, observations, etc. Details of how, when, where, and what of the research that was conducted. Data analysis strategies employed. For instance, regression analysis, software and tools used for data analysis, Excel, Stata, SPSS, lab equipment, etc. Research limitations to highlight any hurdles you had to overcome when carrying our research. 10. Research findings. In this section, you present your research findings. The dissertation findings chapter is built around the research questions. As outlined in the introduction chapter, report findings that are directly relevant to your research questions. 11. Discussion. The findings are followed by the discussion chapter, which is considered the heart of any dissertation paper. The discussion section is an opportunity for you to tie the knots together to address the research questions and present arguments, models and key themes. 12. Conclusion. Conclusions corresponding to each research objective are provided in the conclusion section. This is usually done by revisiting the research questions to finally close the dissertation. Some institutions may specifically ask for recommendations to evaluate your critical thinking. 13. Reference list. All academic sources that you collected information from should be cited in text and also presented in a reference list, or a bibliography in case you include references that you read for the research but didn't end up citing in the text, so the readers can easily locate the source of information when, if needed. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe my channel for more informative videos.